Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. I am Eric the Dudley Dog, and for today's video we're going to be taking a look at the YoicToy 1/12 scale mimic chest. If you've ever watched the anime series Frieren Beyond Journey's End, you'll know there's a running gag where the main character Frieren always falls for these mimic chests, thinking there's a treasure inside, but she ends up getting half eaten all the time. And somebody decided to turn that mimic chest into an action figure, which is what we're looking at today. Starting off with the packaging, you can see a nice picture of the figure right in front of the box there. There is another picture of it on the top. Very small description of what it is. Pause the video if you want to read that. On the side, some pictures. On the back, more pictures of the figure. There are a lot of Chinese legalese, I'm guessing. And a picture of the mimic chest on the side again. So with that, let's get him out of the box and take a look at him. Out of the box, and as you can see, there'll be some assembly required for this figure. It comes with this instruction manual, and you can see there are 3 different ways you can display the figure. Either straight up as a monster, or straight up as a chest, or some other weird configurations. It also comes with this interesting catalog of other figures they have. You can see the snake skeletals, the dungeon monster, which is this mimic chest, and this interesting thing called the Redemption Skeletons, which look suspiciously like He-Man and Skeletor from Masters of the Universe. And here we have him out of the box in all his monstrous glory. For accessories, he comes with this axe and shield with some really nice painted weather effects on it to give it some nice detail. The handle for the shield is separate, you have to plug it in yourself. There are 2 gripping hands on the figure, and he also comes with 2, I guess, more or less bigger opened hands. One seems to be better painted than the other, though. If you can focus. There we go. Yeah, you can see the paint details, and one is darker than the other. And he comes with these 2 ring grips, which go on the side of the chest, if you want to put him in disguise mode as a chest. And he comes with a bag full of extra joints in case you should happen to break or lose the ones that come on the figure. Nice touch. As for the figure itself, they're using a kind of a Revoltech joint system for all the movement, for all the articulation of it. So it doesn't really move as freely as I would like it to in some cases. But looks-wise, it's really nicely painted. You can see all the dark details they've given it inside the mouth and the tongue and everything. The tongue does move a bit. The view of the back. And speaking of his articulation, yeah, the mouth moves, opens very big. You can take out the tongue and close it and seal it completely for his chest disguise. His arms go all around. It does go out to the side. There is a cut right there, so you can get some movement there. The elbows only go like 90 degrees at best. I'm guessing that's all you'll need for something like this. The wrists do spin. And there's a bit of a joint at the wrist. Technically, he has a waist swivel there. No ab crunch. Well, that swivels at the chest, and there's another one at his waist also, his skeletal waist. His legs can go forward. He can kick up like that high. They can go to the back also. And they have to adjust the knees a bit to get the joints in place so he can bend his knees. There, like that. See? We get quite good movement out of it. And thanks to the ball joint also that they're using for the feet also, it does have an ankle pivot, it does go up and down. You should be able to pose him any way you want him to look. Very nicely done. Let me take him apart now so we can see him in his chest mode. And just disconnect that. Disconnect the arms. Disconnect the tongue. Close the mouth fully. And put the rings on the side. And there you have a chest, just waiting for an unsuspecting elf to come and open it up and get eaten. For a comparison, here it is with the official Sega Luminesta Freerun Beyond Journeys and Mimic chest figure, non-scaled. So the big difference you can see is that the Sega one does not have a mouth that can close completely to put it in disguise mode. This is also a lot lighter than this, but surprisingly. But the Sega one comes with a small Freerun figure that you can put inside and mimic getting eaten. And this is what happened when your mind wanders. For a more fitting comparison, here is the Mimic chest monster with the SH Figure Arts Freerun and Fern. I'm guessing this Mimic chest was made to scale actually with the Bandai SH Figure Arts Freerun and Fern figures. The Freerun figure doesn't quite fit inside the chest though, on the account of her articulation is limited because of the wardrobe she's wearing. On a side note, be careful when putting in or taking out the figure because this joint opened up on mine when I tried to change out the parts earlier. I guess that's why they gave a lot of spare pieces. And there was a bit of paint chipping also, so be mindful of that. Some final thoughts on this figure. It is a fun little guy with a lot of nice painted details and everything on it. The articulation I would say is a bit hit or miss. He can do some good standard posing, but don't expect too much out of him. But he does balance well, despite the big head on it. Probably because he gave him such big feet. I would just say do note that when you do move the joints around a bit, there is a tendency to have some paint chipping at the joints. Otherwise, this will easily fit into your Freerun display or any fantasy medieval display you have in mind for it. So that's gonna do it for this video. I would highly recommend picking up this figure if you can find it. Please thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. Comment below, do you have this figure and what are your thoughts on it? Thanks again for watching and I'll see you on the next one. See ya!